Hello everybody and welcome to Arabic with Amina. In today's lesson, we are going to be covering the attached personal pronouns. And we have a quiz at the end of the video for you to solve, so don't miss that. Pronouns in Arabic, which are al-dhama'ir, can be divided into mustatira, which means invisible or covert pronouns, and bariza, which means visible, meaning they are written. Now the written pronouns can be further divided into muttasila, which is attached, or munfasila, which is detached. In today's lesson, we are going to be focusing on the attached pronouns. You can find videos of the other pronouns in our other lessons. So, what is the attached pronoun? Attached pronouns are suffixes, which are always added to the end of the word, meaning they are not written as a separate word. They are always connected to another word. The attached pronoun can be attached to a noun, making the pronoun a possessive pronoun, or it can be attached to a verb, making it either the subject or object of the verb, or it can be added to a preposition, making the pronoun the object of the preposition. In last week's video, we learned about attaching pronouns to verbs. So in today's lesson, we are going to be learning how to attach the pronoun to a noun and to a preposition. We're going to start off by learning how to attach a pronoun to a noun. Our example noun is going to be kitab, which means book. This is a table of attached personal pronouns, which we are going to be using throughout this video. So, we want to say, my book. How do we say that? Well, first we're going to be going to the attached pronouns table and find the pronoun for the word my. As you can see, it is a letter ya. So we are going to take this pronoun and add it to our noun, book, which is kitab, making it kitabi. The ya at the end indicates my. Kitabi. Another example is to say your book. As we can see on our table, there are two ways to say your. It depends. Are we talking to a male or are we talking to a female? If we're talking to a male, we are going to add the letter kaf with a fatha on top. So the pronoun that we are adding is ka. Kitabuka. Now that little fatha at the end is important because that's what distinguishes it from a male or female. If we were to say your book and we're talking to a woman or a girl, we would say kitabuki because the kaf has a kasra instead of a fatha. So it is ki and not ka. So kitabuki for a woman and kitabuka for a male. Now, we can also say your book when we're talking to two people, which is a dual. And in our table, you can see that our pronoun for dual your is kuma. As for the dual attached pronouns, it doesn't matter if you're talking to a pair of males or females. They both have the same pronoun. So we're going to take this pronoun and add it to our word, making it kitabukuma. Kitabukuma. Now, if we're talking to a bunch of people, which is a number of 3 or more, it'd be plural. So to say your book to a group, we're going to be using these pronouns. Now, there are two different ways, accordingly, if you are talking to a group of males or a group of females. Starting with a group of males, we can see that the pronoun for plural male is kum. So we're going to take kum and add it to our noun kitab, making it kitabukum. And if we were talking to a group of females, we would add the feminine pronoun, which is kun, to the word book, kitabukun. Well, what do you do if you're talking to a mixed group of people? Well, in that case, it's more common to use the masculine form. So you would say kitabukum. Next, we are going to learn how to say his and her. So to say his book, we're going to add the pronoun, which is the letter ha, making the word kitabo. Kitabo. If we wanted to say her book, we would say kitabuha. Kitabuha. So the difference between his and her is the letter alif at the end for her. Now to say their book, in the dual form first, it doesn't matter if you're talking to males or females, same pronoun. We're going to add huma to the end of kitab. So, kitabuhuma. كتابهما. Now to say their book to a group depends again if you're talking to males or females. Starting off with males, we would say كتابهم, because our pronoun here is hum, so كتابهم. And if we were talking to a group of females, we would say كتابهن. كتابهن. Our pronoun here is hun. Our final example for the personal pronouns would be our book. Now, if we look at our table, we can see that our is na. So we're going to add that to the noun, making it kitabuna. Kitabuna, our book. But before we're done with the possessive pronouns, there is one special rule I want to talk about. And that is, if our noun ends in the letter ta marbuta, such as this example here, sayyara, which means car, when we attach a pronoun to a word ending in ta marbuta, this ta marbuta is actually going to be changed into the letter ta. So, for example, if we are to say my car, we can see that we want to add the letter ya to say my car. We're going to add the pronoun. But the last letter is going to be changed to the letter ta. So it becomes sayyarati. Sayyarati. And this applies to any of the pronouns you are going to add. So if we were to say, for example, her car, so we see our pronoun in the table, and we add it, sayyaratuha. Sayyaratuha. Now we are going to be attaching pronouns to a preposition, which is huruf al-jar. And that would make the pronoun ism majrur. A preposition is a word which shows the relation of one word to another. And we have a whole lesson about prepositions which you can check out. For now, here are a couple examples of the prepositions. And this is our table of attached pronouns. And we are going to be attaching a few pronouns to some prepositions for you to get the hang of it. First, we'll take the word about, for example. We want to say about her, or about it, but referring to a feminine word. So we're going to take the pronoun and add it to about, which is an, making it anha, about her or about it. Another example, with, which is ma'a, we are going to say with them, referring to a plural group of males. So we are just going to attach the pronoun, making it ma'ahum, ma'ahum, with them. And that's basically how it goes for prepositions. But there is one special situation I'd like to talk about, is the prepositions ending in the letter ya maqsura, which means it's a ya, but it's pronounced as an alif. And for example, in this table, we have the word ila, which is to. Now, when we want to add a pronoun to such a word, the alif maqsura is turned into a normal ya. So if we are to say to us, for example, it becomes ilayna. Ilayna. And that's it for our video of attaching pronouns to prepositions or nouns. Now, we are going to have a short quiz so you actually know how to attach a pronoun and when a pronoun is attached, what it means. So we have a couple questions here. I want you to answer them and then I will answer them with you. Our first question is baytuha kabir. Now, we have a word bank where bayt means house and kabir means big. And our sentence is baytuha kabir. This is a table of attached pronouns which we were using throughout the video. Now, the question here is, whose house is it? Whose house are we talking about? Whose house is big? Is it Muhammad's house? Is it Fatima's house? Or is it your house? Use the table in front of you to try and figure out whose house it is. Take a moment. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Okay, so first of all, we are going to identify which pronoun are we even referring to. We are referring to a house. And the pronoun attached to house is ha. Now, if we go to our table, we can see that ha means her. And among all the options that were given to us, her would mean we are referring to someone else that's not here, and we are referring to a female person. So the only answer here could be Fatima. So it is Fatima's house. Our next question, يتحدثون عنهم. Our word bank, يتحدثون, they are talking. عن is a preposition meaning about. This is our table of pronouns. And the question here is, who are they talking about? Are they talking about Muhammad, Sam, and Ahmed? Or are they talking about Fatima, Maram, and Hiba? Or are they talking about us? Take your time to try and figure out the answer. If you need more time, feel free to pause. Okay, so first we are going to identify our pronoun, which is hum. And then we are going to translate it. What does hum mean? If we go to our table, we can see that hum is them, referring to a plural male. So among the options presented to us, the only group of males here is Muhammad, Sam, and Ahmed. So that's who they're talking about. Our final question is a little bit different. This time I want you to say something. I want you to say my notebook. Our word bank is daftar, means notebook. And this is a table of attached personal pronouns. So put it together and say my notebook. I'll give you a couple of seconds here. Okay, well, the first step in solving this question would be to know how to say my. If we go to our table, we can see that my is ya, the letter ya. And we're going to add that to our noun, which is daftar. So, daftari, daftari, my notebook. I hope you found this video beneficial. If you did, please do subscribe for more videos and make sure to like, share, and comment. And check out our other videos to help you learn more Arabic. Thank you. See you next time. Arabic with Amina.